HTML tables. Hello and welcome to Program Guru. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create tables in HTML. An HTML table is used to display related data in rows and columns. Tables are suitable for information such as expense reports, price lists, schedules, marks, and account statements. In this tutorial, we will create a table that displays expenses from the last 30 days. We will gradually improve the same table as we learn each table element. Let us begin with the basic table structure. The table element creates a table. The opening table tag marks the beginning of the table. The closing table tag marks the end of the table. However, an empty table does not display any useful data. A table needs rows. We can create a table row using the tr element. tr stands for table row. The tr element creates one horizontal row inside the table. A row must contain cells. For regular table data, we use the td element. td stands for table data. Let us add the first expense record. The first cell, write the category of expense, let us say food. The second cell, write the date, let us say July 2nd. The third cell, write the description, grocery shopping. The fourth cell, write the payment method, let us say that we made our payment using a credit card. And the fifth cell contains the amount that we spent, 85. This row contains 5 table data cells. Save the file and refresh the browser. The browser displays the values in one row. This is how a row is displayed in a table with default styling. But the meaning of each column is not yet clear. Why? Because we have said what should go in each column but not shown those column names here in the table. To describe the columns, we need a header row. This header row is same as the normal table row that uses tr element like the one we are seeing in the code. But instead of td, we will have th. For header cells, we use the th element. th stands for table header. Let us add a header row above the expense row. First column is the category. Second column is the date. Third column is the description. Fourth column is the payment method. Fifth column is the amount. The first row now contains 5 th elements. These header cells describe the purpose of each column. Save the program and refresh the web page. By default, browsers usually display table header text in bold. The second row contains the actual expense data using td elements. Now let us add more expense records. Each new expense is placed inside a new tr element. The table now contains one header row and 5 data rows. Each row has 5 cells. The cells in the same position form a column. For example, the first cell in every row belongs to the category column. The fifth cell in every row belongs to the amount column. Now let us say we would like to add a title to the table. For this, we use the caption element. The caption should be placed immediately after the opening table tag. The caption element provides a title for the table. In this example, the caption is last 30 days expenses. A caption helps users understand what the table represents. Whatever we have in the table till now is well and good. What we could also do is organize the table into meaningful sections. HTML provides 3 elements for grouping table rows. The thead element, the tbody element, and the tfoot element. The thead element groups the header rows. Let us first place the header row inside the thead element. Header row is the tr containing th elements. Then, place the expense records inside the tbody element. Expense records are the tr elements containing td elements. The tbody element groups the main data rows. The table now has a clear structure. The thead contains the column headings. The tbody contains the expense records. Since we are showing the expenses of last 30 days, we are interested in the total expenses. Next, let us add a footer that displays the total expense amount. Write tfoot element. The tfoot element groups footer or summary rows. We place the summary row inside the tfoot element. Summary row is also same as the row in thead or tbody. The total of all 5 expenses is $355. It is just for convenience we are showing the total expenses in the category column and total expenses in the amount column, and the 2 to 4 column empty. However, the 3 empty cells between the label and the amount are unnecessary. We can merge the first 4 cells in the table footer row. We can use a colspan attribute for th element that is hosting total expenses label content. Write the colspan attribute with value 4. This means that the header cell occupies the space of 4 columns. The colspan attribute allows one cell to extend across multiple columns. Now, the footer looks clean. The amount remains in the 5th column. Colspan is very useful when one heading or value applies to several columns. Now let us learn how to merge 2 adjacent cells in a column. In our table, the first 2 expenses belong to the food category. Instead of displaying food twice, we can display it once and make the cell span 2 rows. For this, we have to use rowspan attribute and update the first 2 rows in tbody. The rowspan attribute allows one cell to extend across multiple rows. Let us update the first 2 body rows. Set the rowspan attribute value to 2 in the first cell of the first row. This means that the food cell occupies the first column across 2 rows. And we have to remove the first td from the second row. We do not add another category cell because the food cell from the previous row already occupies that position. Save the file and refresh the browser. As you may observe, food cell occupies the first column across 2 rows. At this point, the table structure is complete. However, HTML mainly defines the structure and meaning of the table. We use CSS to control its appearance. We will study table styling in detail in the CSS course. For now, let us apply a few basic styles so that the table is easier to read. Add a style element inside the head section. Styling usually goes in the head section in an HTML page. The border collapse property combines adjacent borders into a single border. The width property makes the table use the available width. The border property adds a border around header cells and data cells. The padding property adds space inside each cell. The text align property aligns the text to the left. The background color property gives the header section a light gray background. And the font weight property makes the footer text bold. These are only a few examples of the CSS that can be applied to a table. In the CSS course, we can learn more about table colors, spacing, alignment, alternating row styles, hover effects, and responsive tables. Let us look at the final page. Let us recap. The table element creates an HTML table. The tr element creates a table row. The th element creates a header cell. The td element creates a regular data cell. The caption element provides a title for the table. The thead element groups the header rows. The tbody element groups the main table data. The tfoot element groups footer or summary rows. The colspan attribute allows one cell to span multiple columns. The rowspan attribute allows one cell to span multiple rows. HTML defines the structure and meaning of the table. CSS can be used to control borders, spacing, alignment, colors, and other visual styles. That is how you create tables in HTML. That would be all for HTML tables in this course. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more HTML tutorials.